This podcast is brought to you by Viking Capital, your best friend in swimming pool financing for over 20 years.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Pool Magazine Podcast. Trade show season is right around the corner, and one of the biggest ones coming up throws out the entire industry. And it's without a doubt the biggest show that anybody in the whole industry goes to is the International Pool Spa Patio Expo. And I got two of the ambassadors of the show with us today, Megan Magana, Senior Marketing Manager of Informa Markets, and Ray Giovini. Pleasure to have you both with us on today on the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Hey, Ray, I know you manage a few different events, and the PSP Deck Expo is just one of them. I mean, before we get deep into the weeds talking about the show, I was hoping both you and Megan could talk a little bit about your backgrounds and what you both do for Informa.
Okay, great. Megan, you want to start?
Sure. So as the marketing lead for the event, really anything that an attendee or an exhibitor would see, I'm the person behind that. So think about, websites, direct mail pieces, social media, email, things like that. I've been with Informa for about 4.5 years. I was previously on another show with Informa, which focuses on sustainable building and construction. And now I'm going into my third year with PSP Deck Expo. And as far as my background, I've spent most of my career in trade shows. I was prior with an association prior to joining Informa. And I've also been on kind of the logistics side. And what I love about this role is at the end of the day, we get to help people build pretty backyards. And what is better than a beautiful backyard that families can enjoy?
Fantastic. It sounds like you wear a lot of hats over there, Megan.
You know what? The only thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize. So I'm happy to wear all the hats and all of the accessories.
Outstanding. How about you, Ray?
I've been with Informa for about this is my third year and second iteration of the show. I'm the VP of the construction group, if you will, which incorporates, I've managed 3 shows. Pool Spa Patio and Deck Expo is one, along with a roofing show and a JLC show. The pool show is probably the prettiest show that I manage. It's just great to look at, and with all the products and everything that revolves around the pool in the backyard. Previously, I was with Hanley Wood, which is another large B2B media company, which actually the exhibition side of Informa out of the Dallas office kind of came from. It was purchased from Hanley Wood. So most of the folks I work with were ex-colleagues several years ago, and now we're sort of back together, one big happy family.
Sure. So as far as the Expo is concerned, I mean, I know you have these other events that you manage, but as far as the Expo is concerned, you and Ray and the rest of your team are pretty much executing what's by and large the biggest trade show event of the year for the pool industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest trade show event in North America, obviously, for the pool and spa industry. There's some other shows in Europe that are larger. But yes, we are the largest pool and spa show in North America. And the good thing is the trade show floor is looking full right now. And we have great momentum going into Vegas in November and later in the year.
That's fantastic. I mean, last year, I think the big concern was that, moving the show over to Dallas was the show floor and the event going to be as well attended as years past. And it was a surprise to everybody, I think, how eager everybody was to get back into to networking again and to exhibiting. It was like, just like old home week.
Yeah.
We were always scheduled to be in Dallas for the 2021 show. So just getting that central location, we know Texas is a huge pool market. So that was really nice to see it all come together.
Yeah, it definitely has a kind of old town homey charm to it. I mean, especially when we all getting together at the welcome event over at Gillies. That was terrific.
It was. That is a true, tried and true honky tonk right there at Gillies is.
For sure. So, I mean, let's talk about Vegas. I mean, the real excitement this year is, we're all getting together again. The event had to go virtual for a while because of the concerns about the pandemic. But, I mean, last year should have been a great indicator that, this industry is ready to reunite en masse. And there's no better place in the world to get that done than Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas typically is where we have our largest shows. We rotate shows from the west to the center and to the east coast. So this happens to be our year in Vegas, and we're in the new brand spanking new West Hall, part of the LVCC, the Las Vegas Convention Center. So they have this new venue that is just spectacular. So we're really, really happy to be there again in this great venue with our pool show, which again, like I said, it tends to be the larger events once they're in Las Vegas. The square footage is up. The hotel block is up. So again, there are all indicators are pointing to like this is going to be a really great show.
Sure. I mean, talk about some of the other markets that you're looking to expand into. You have East Coast, West Coast, Central location. I mean, you were talking about all the different places that the show revolves to.
Well, I mean, we've been to, we were in Dallas last year. Next year, we're going to Atlanta.
Right.
So we're going to be shifting back to the East Coast, and then we'll probably move back to Dallas, Vegas. We'll kind of rotate and then rotate out some East Coast cities too. We haven't gotten that far yet, but like I said, it's East-West Center, East-West Center's sort of the rotation that we're looking at.
Sure. So you're making sure that this the show hits all the big markets, right?
Yes, correct. And we try to stay in the southeast, southwest, west, kind of area. So along the southern border or southern tier of states.
The warm weather ones. As much as I love Chicago, don't think we could pull off a cool show there.
Yeah, it's a little tough in the Windy City, right?
Yes, exactly.
So what's going to be different this year about this show, and what kind of events can attendees anticipate this year in Vegas?
Well, we have a big upgrade with the $1 Million Pool Design Challenge. Our keynote session, we're going from sort of like well-known speakers to a CEO panel format, which we're excited about. We also have the PHTA Breakfast of Champions, which is new. That'll be on Wednesday morning before the show starts, and that'll feature some speakers along with some roundtable discussions. And then, we have plenty of parties and stuff like that are going on, which we'll, I guess, go into detail a little bit later.
So the shift from the traditional keynote speaker over to the CEO panel, is that going to be like more of like a TED style session?
I guess in one aspect, yes. I mean, it'll be moderated, and we'll have representatives from some of the biggest players, in the pool and backyard industry. So they'll have some, questions that, will be launched or will be, asked by the moderator. There'll be some audience participation. It's just something that we're switching up this year. I'm sure we'll go back to like a keynote speaker in the future, but we just thought with coming off of COVID, that this sort of format with the CEOs or these leaders of these pool and backyard and barbecue companies, it would be good to really hear from them about how their business was, what they did to combat the slowdown, or in most of their cases they're ramping up because everybody concentrated on their backyard, and what the future looks like for everyone.
So we're looking forward to this being a very timely and topical discussion. It'll be, right now of the moment, and we'll have some takeaways that folks can, go back to the field or go back to the office and be able to implement right away and know that they'll work because they've worked for the big manufacturers.
Yeah, those kind of takeaways that you come from these kinds of shows with are always really impactful and meaningful. I mean, I hear a lot that, guys attend these types of shows because, they come back with a new perspective and a new outlook and a new way of doing things that they never even thought of, that just immediately moves the needle in their own business.
And that is the best feedback that I could ever hear from an attendee, is that they came to the show, they learned something, they met someone, they had a real tangible or tactical takeaway, and they can go and immediately apply it to their business.
Sure. Well, can we talk a little bit about the Breakfast with Champions? What's that all about?
So the Breakfast with Champions is going to be put on by PHTA. It's going to be on Wednesday morning, and it's going to be a roundtable discussion, again, of those timely and relevant topics. So folks can come in and they can have a hot breakfast, and they can sit at this roundtable and, have discussions on supply chain or, hiring and training staff, and all these different things that are like really of concern to pool pros that are out there right now. And again, it's just that new perspective, I'm having an issue, how can I solve it, and get, opinions and feedback that way.
So some of the feedback that I think we saw last year at the show was people missed badges. They were like, "Hey, where's all the badges?" So I hear that's one feature that is going to be coming back this year for sure, right?
Badges are back. Yes. Last year we had a hybrid approach where an attendee could choose to have a physical badge or a digital badge. This year they're all printed, they're all physical, and we'll still be looking for ways to make them sustainable. So the paper stock might be a little bit different, but for sure badges are back, lanyards are back. So folks do not have to worry about having their phone open at all times while walking around the floor.
That's terrific. I mean, one other thing I hear is changing this year was the $1 Million Pool Design Challenge. There's a big, hefty cash prize up for grabs, I hear.
That is true. So now for those unfamiliar, the $1 Million Pool Design Challenge, it's a design contest where we ask builders and designers to create a dream backyard. It's a fictional scenario with criteria about things like having a pool, lawn space, sauna, lazy river, etc. And designers have a minimum, air quote, fake $1 million budget. And once submitted, a panel of judges will narrow the entries down to 5. And then those 5 present their designs during a session of the show. And then those attendees who are in that session will vote on the winner. Now, this year, what's new, thanks to our sponsor, Riverflow Pumps, is the winner is going to take away a $10,000 prize. Super exciting. We're hoping to get tons of entries because of that. And this session is so fun and so popular. So we're really looking forward to how this is going to go. And thank you also to Pool Magazine for being a sponsor of this challenge as well.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And big shout out to Riverflow Pumps for putting up the cash prize for this terrific challenge that helps stimulate the industry and is helping propel pool design as an art form.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's talk about the Genesis annual family reunion and winemaker dinner now. I know there's not still a ton of information out there, but that event in particular is one of the best opportunities for networking and for meeting some of the elites of the industry. Last year at that dinner, I think I bumped into no less than 20 guys who I've seen their pools all over every single magazine, all over the trade publications, on TV, on cable. I mean, these are the rock stars of the pool industry.
Definitely. The Genesis Winemaker Dinner is a super fun and elegant event. It's going to be on the Wednesday evening of the show. So it's going to be on November 16th. And it'll be available in registration. So when you register for the event, just remember to tick the box that says, Genesis Winemaker Dinner.
That's a great one. And so is the welcome party. I mean, that's always, a great time for new attendees, people who haven't been to the show before and they're exhibiting for the first time to network and get to meet the rest of the industry, get to learn who all the important players are, who all the top manufacturers and distributors are. It's just a great party.
That's correct. And this year it's going to be held right there at the LVCC West Hall on Tuesday late afternoon, right as soon as the show closes. So the show closes at 5 o'clock. And right at 5 o'clock, you'll go up to this beautiful third level of the convention center with an outdoor terrace that overlooks Las Vegas. And you see the skyline. So you'll be able to just stop there on your way back to your hotel, grab some cocktails, some fun live music, just a great festive party atmosphere. And it's, like I said, it's right there, at the convention center. So it's a great place to start your evening, some food, some drinks, some live music. We're going to have some fun thrown in there, maybe some games and stuff like that. We're still working on that. But again, a great place to stop on your way home, grab a cocktail and network a little bit, and then start your night in Las Vegas.
It's meant to be a place to stop by and fuel up before you hit a town. Like, one benefit of Vegas is the nightlife. It's a great place to have a team dinner or take out your customers. And we want folks to, leave the convention center and go do that. But start with us, like pregame with us, and then go have your fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, you get the professional networking part of the evening out of the way first before you tear one on, and what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
That's one way to put it. Exactly.
Another big hit last year. I mean, I know this was the first time you guys did it, was the Grill and Chill area, which debuted last year, but that was like mobbed. Is that something that you guys are doing again this year?
Yeah, we are. It's called the Barbecue Bash, and it's going to be right outside the, I guess, if you will, the side entrance of the West Hall of the Convention Center. So you're going to have to, that our whole grill and chill area is literally right outside. So it's in a great space and high visibility. So we're going to focus, the Barbecue Bash also gives sort of, some increased focus on the outdoor living companies, the grill, the furniture, and there's some decking and railing folks out there too. So it's a great chance to go out there and see those exhibitors, but also in a fun environment. There'll be music again and food and barbecuing. We have sponsors that'll be barbecuing some food and complimentary beverages, or alcoholic and non-alcoholic. And then we'll again be showcasing our outdoor area there. So we're really excited about that. Like I said, the location couldn't be better because it's literally right outside the entrance coming from the major hotels.
Yeah, the outdoor living aspect of the pool industry is just basically, a natural adjunct. So, I mean, it's a great opportunity to see all of the different outdoor living companies, the grill companies, furniture companies. They all have great representation over there. And the event is just a terrific, fun, easygoing atmosphere to just unwind and relax.
Yeah, and we're hearing, more and more that, pool folks are dipping their toes into like the deck market and the outdoor living side, but then that the deck folks are kind of dipping into pools. So this grill and chill area is a great place for them to come together.
Yeah, it brings those two worlds together. Exactly, Meg.
Absolutely.
So in talking about education, one of the biggest reasons that people come to these trade shows is to increase their education, to take a workshop, to take a class, to learn from the elites in the industry who can help them get over a plateau or learn something new or grab a new approach towards business like we were talking about earlier in our conversation. Talk to me a little bit about what's changing in education and the workshops that people can expect to see this year.
So for the education, we'll again have more than 100 education sessions during the week. Once you add up the pre-conference session, the classroom sessions, and the show floor sessions, it all adds up to more than 100 opportunities. So all pool pros are bound to find something that fits them. The tracks span everything from business to building to retail and service. The builder track this year is going to have all stages of the building process, from soil and shotcrete and shovel sheeting failures. There's going to be lots in the program about hiring and training staff and navigating some of these post-pandemic challenges that we're having in the industry. We're going to have even more deck education and the regular conference program, as well as some on-floor demos that are happening. And then, of course, we have our pre-conference education with Genesis and PHTA, our decking association, NADRA, and Watershades.
So it's a full schedule this year. And if you're going to get there for the show, what are the dates to get there for pre-education, pre-conference? I mean, when should people be showing up and booking their hotels for?
The education runs from November 12th through the 17th. Those pre-con classes are Saturday the 12th, Sunday the 13th, and Monday the 14th. And there's some classes that are, all 3 days. There's some who are, just one-day workshops. There's a half-day class. So if you want to take some of those really intense classes, those are going to be happening Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
And also, I want to remind you that we also have 7 show floor education areas providing free education. We're going to keep the theater style classrooms that we did last year, and they're right there on the show floor. So it makes for easy access, and the material is demos focused and pretty much straight to the point. We'll also have the PSP Deck Expo stage as an education area, along with some deck workshops. Hayward is coming in again with their School of Business, so we're super excited about that. It was a big hit last year, and we also have the Spa Retailer Academy. So those, again, are on-floor education sessions that are free for anyone to attend.
Yeah, those show floor exhibits were a big hit last year. I mean, I saw a lot of people just walking around, and they saw something that caught their eye, or they saw a big group gathering. Yeah, they just meandered on over, sat down, and it was a standing room only in some of those education exhibits on the floor.
No, exactly. We're excited to bring them back, and we know they're super popular. So it's a nice, added value to the show.
Yeah, definitely. This year we're going to be at Resort Worlds is the epicenter of the action this year. I mean, what's going to be different this year than last year is that, Dallas was kind of concentric in one spot, whereas, Vegas is a very sprawling city and things are kind of spread out. So can you talk to me a little bit about that and where people should be going, where a lot of the action is going to be happening, and where the epicenter of this year's action is going to be?
Well, I mean, of course, we have the hotel block that caters to all sorts of budgets, but it's great because within walking distance of the West Hall, we have both Resorts World, the brand spanking new Resorts World, which I was able to stay at and try out, if you will, a couple months ago. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous hotel, and literally right across the street is the Wynn Hotel. So you have both of those, really nice hotel options. Within walking distance of the convention center. And we don't really specifically have a host hotel for the pool show, but I suspect that both of those hotels were really going to be where the bulk of the folks stay. We have a pretty hefty room block, so with the discounts you get by reserving your hotel room through the block is going to be advantageous for people to get a head start. And then on top of that, like I said, it's Vegas, so there's tons of restaurants, bars, clubs. Anything you want to do, as everybody knows, will be happening there. But we suspect, like I said, most of the folks will probably want to stay within walking distance. And the other cool thing is too, a little plug for Tesla. There's this new Tesla loop that goes from the Wynn Hotel right to the West Hall. So it's that underground tunnel, in Tesla cars that's open now. And like I said, it's basically a shuttle between the Resorts World Hotel and the West Hall of the Convention Center, along with the rest of the Las Vegas Convention Center.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting show for sure. I mean, Vegas is a world destination. It's where everything's happening. And I think that's really why a lot of people love to turn out to this event. It's a great opportunity to not only network with the rest of the industry, but to entertain your team for a little bit of travel and a little bit of education. It's just a great spot to go to attend one of these shows.
Agreed.
Registration is going to open this summer. We cannot wait to see everyone. And our website will always remain updated, fullspapatio.com.
And we're super excited. We're going to have a really great show this year. Like I said, the turnout, the registrations with the manufacturers and some of the pre-registration, like I said, we're beating and exceeding all numbers. So we're looking forward to seeing a whole bunch of you in Vegas in November.
Pre-registration is the time to get in. I mean, it's a great opportunity to save $bucks, especially if you're going to be bringing the rest of your team. What you said?
Absolutely. Go ahead and just make your plans now. Get in the hotel block now, and it's one less thing that you have to do.
Well, we'll keep you updated with what's going on in the show. We'll be definitely attending that week, and we'll have a booth there. Feel free to drop by, grab a copy of Pool Magazine, and we'll catch you at the show. Thanks so much for joining us on the podcast today, Ray. Megan, appreciate your time. You guys have been terrific.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
That's all the time we have today. A big thank you to our sponsors, Viking Capital. They're partnering with pool builders to get homeowners the financing they need in real time and helping them close more pool sales. Make sure to subscribe and join us next time on another episode of Pool Magazine Podcast.